Now on this CTV News at 5, a Calgary man is facing attempted murder charges for allegedly intentionally hitting people with his vehicle at a Hurricanes game. Plus, the family of Darius McDougall speaks out about another heartbreaking tragedy. And the University of Lethbridge's Centre for Sport and Well-Being gets a new name.
Telling your stories. CTV News Lethbridge with Jackie Scantlebury.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. A Calgary man is facing 5 counts of attempted murder after police say he hit multiple pedestrians with his vehicle before the Lethbridge Hurricanes game Friday night. Investigators say the man intentionally hit the victims, who are all unknown to him. Carson Marsouk reports.
It was in this parking lot where police say a 77-year-old woman, a 77-year-old man, and a 46-year-old man were intentionally struck by a vehicle Friday night.
3 pedestrians sustained serious but non-life-threatening injuries and were transported to hospital in stable condition. 2
others were narrowly missed. The driver then fled the area and hit a vehicle in the area of Mare-McGrath Drive and Scenic Drive South, but did not stop.
A short time later, the driver of the vehicle was reported at a convenience store along Blue Fox Boulevard North. The driver had entered the store and attempted to purchase several items. When his card was declined, he proceeded to threaten staff and leave without paying.
Officers arrested 47-year-old Christopher Haig near Softball Valley.
Evidence obtained showed that the subject had intentionally ran into the victims and the vehicle, and he was not impaired during the incident. The victims were unknown to him.
The Calgary man faces 14 charges, including 5 counts of attempted murder. He is known to police in both cities.
There's no evidence to indicate that the attacks were against any identifiable group. And I think in this set of circumstances, with the information we have, I wouldn't consider this a terrorism event. It'd probably be inappropriate for me to comment on hypotheticals.
Investigators are calling this incident rare and are asking anyone with information to come forward.
I think our city is incredibly safe. These incidents are rare, but they do happen, so it's important to be vigilant, but understand that the members of the Lethbridge Police Service are here to keep us all safe.
Carson Marsouk, CTV News, Lethbridge.
Anyone who may have seen either incidents or has dash cam footage is asked to contact police. Christopher Haig remains in custody and is set to appear in court tomorrow. We are hearing more from the family of Darius McDougall. The 6-year-old has been missing for nearly a month. His family sharing that another child on their Crow's Nest Pass camping trip, one of Darius's best friends, has recently passed away. Quinn Keenan has more.
For the first time since Darius went missing, his family has released a statement about his disappearance on the Bring Darius McDougall Home Facebook page. They say September 19th, the family, including grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, Darius, his dad, Darius's father's girlfriend, and her daughter Kaya, went camping at the Livingston Crownland Campground to celebrate family birthdays. On the morning of September 21st, the group was packing up their campsite in the Livingston public use area. At the time, Darius, Kaya, and an unnamed cousin were playing on a nearby island across a creek where the adults could see them. The 2 kids looked away from Darius briefly, and when they looked back, he was gone. The children let the parents know immediately and began looking for Darius. His grandmother called 911 and search and rescue began setting up within 20 minutes. After 11 days of searching by hundreds of volunteers from Alberta, BC, and Saskatchewan, with no sign of Darius, the formal search was called off. We now know just over a week later, on October 10th, 6-year-old Kaya passed away in a separate tragic event at the Children's Hospital in Calgary. RCMP confirmed they responded to a medical emergency, and Kaya's death is not criminal. The family will not be commenting further on Kaya's death because it is unrelated to the search for Darius. The family issued the statement after receiving attacks online and continue to ask for privacy during this time. Quinn Keenan, CTV News, Lethbridge.
And we have an update from Fort Macleod RCMP. 30-year-old Garrett Charles One Owl, who was last seen September 27th, has been found safe. Mounties are thanking the public for their help. 7 people are facing a total of 28 charges in connection to alleged drug trafficking in Lethbridge. On September 16th, the Alberta Law Enforcement Response Team, or ALERT, and Alberta and Lethbridge Police searched a home on Laval Road West. Alert says they received numerous complaints about suspected drug activity. Their initial investigation began back in June. Officers claim they found fentanyl, methamphetamine, cocaine, and 2 firearms. Police believe one of the accused was allegedly supplying drugs to street-level dealers in the city's downtown. The 7 people charged range in age from 35 to 50. Well, the cool, wet weather over the weekend has helped the current fire risk. Today, the city of Lethbridge lifted its River Valley fire ban, while Lethbridge County has downgraded its fire restrictions to a fire advisory. Now, Danielle Savoni, we did see some cool, damp weather over the weekend, but we're going to be going back up to some double-digit highs.
Yes, we will tomorrow. In fact, we may even get into the teens in some communities, just barely tomorrow. When we talk about snow totals that we had over Thanksgiving weekend, it's really hard to tell because a lot of it melted on contact. But in the Lethbridge area, we got 1 to 2 centimeters. And just outside of Brooks, 4 centimeters. Those are really the only numbers I have. And Calgary, 1 to 2 centimeters. The stateside system, we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But for now, it's 4 degrees. This is an improvement from this time yesterday. This time yesterday in Lethbridge, we were at 0. So we're slowly climbing. Look at these tiny little temperatures right now. 3 degrees in Milk River, just 5 in Medicine Hat, 1 in Pincher Creek. Yes, warmer tomorrow. I'll show you that coming up, Jackie.
Now to breaking news. Layoffs are happening at Alberta Health Services. We've learned the staff let go were all non-union members. Some of the departments reportedly impact include IT, community engagement, finance, and human resources. We have reached out to the province for more details, but have yet to hear back. Bargaining between teachers and the province resumed today. Meanwhile, a new poll shows the majority of Albertans are on the teachers' side. Angus Reid Institute reports that 58% of Albertans polled side with teachers, with only 21% on the government side. 84% say classrooms are crowded. 56% say teachers are not paid enough. As the strike continues, the province has pledged $300 per 5-day school week for families of children with complex care needs. This is on top of the program providing $30 per day for all children under 12. The portal to apply for those funds opened today. Signatures can now be collected for the Citizen Initiative petition launched by a Calgary teacher. It centers around whether public funding should go towards private schools. This petition will follow the new rules, giving canvassers 180 days to collect nearly 178,000 signatures. Nearly 3,000 people have already voted in the upcoming municipal election in Lethbridge. During the first 4 days of advance voting, about 2,800 people cast their ballots. That's about 3.2% of the 88,000 eligible voters. In 2021, 3,900 people voted in the first 4 days of voting. Advance voting continues tomorrow through the 18th. Election day is set for Monday. And undecided voters will have the chance to hear from those running in the municipal election tonight. The Lethbridge Chamber of Commerce is hosting its All Candidates Forum this evening at the Yates Memorial Theatre. Councillor and mayoral candidates will both be on hand to answer some questions, and the public. Doors open at 5, with the forum getting underway at 6 o'clock. It is free to attend, but you're asked to register on the Chamber's website. A mustard mill in Bow Island is set to see a massive expansion. A $30 million expansion by GS Dunn Limited is growing the company's presence in Bow Island and is being backed by a $3.1 million tax credit from Alberta's government. The province says the investment has created 34 new jobs, opened access to 2 new international markets in Japan and South Korea, and significantly boosted the company's demand for raw mustard seed. Since opening the Bow Island plant, the company has increased its processing capacity by more than 200%. The company purchased the former Spitz sunflower seed plant in 2019 before converting it into a mustard milling facility. Agriculture Minister R.J. Sigurdsson is headed to Mexico today for the 34th Tri-National Agricultural Accord. Sigurdsson's office says it's a chance for Canada, the U.S., and Mexico to strengthen and expand agricultural trade. The U.S. is Alberta's top export market for agriculture and agri-food products, while Mexico is the 4th largest market. Alberta's agricultural exports were valued at $17.5 billion in 2024. Alberta's Affordability and Utilities Minister is going to Montana this week. Lethbridge East MLA Nathan Neudorf will meet with government officials and industry leaders to discuss ways to enhance grid reliability. Neudorf says it's part of Alberta's ongoing effort to show our province as an affordable and reliable source for power. Neudorf will also attend the Big Sky Bright Future Economic Summit. In another blow to Canadian producers, new tariffs are coming into effect today on wood products. The U.S. will now be collecting a 10% tariff on imported timber and lumber, 25% on kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, and upholstered furniture. The U.S. imports the majority of its lumber from Canada. The tariffs are meant to encourage more domestic logging and furniture manufacturing. Critics expect it to raise prices for American consumers and possibly slow the U.S. home building industry. It is already time for our first break, which means Danielle is back with the 5-day forecast when we return. Also, we hear about the dangers of turning to artificial intelligence for your medical advice.
All right, here's your sky cam facing southwest. Some clouds have certainly rolled in from a system that's stateside right now, and most of it will remain stateside. It'll impact southern Saskatchewan, but not as much as 30% chance of that. Okay, looking at temperatures, 6 degrees was the little daytime high for Calgary today, just 8 in Edmonton. You can see basically Alberta, Saskatchewan, and even in through parts of Manitoba on the cooler side as well. But our daytime high was the same as Churchill. So that tells you something, a little below normal, but still a little bit warmer than yesterday. They have temperatures in the 20s in Toronto today and close to that in Ottawa. Just to zoom in a little bit and show you where we're sitting right now, 3 degrees in Milk River, 6 in Medicine Hat, 2 in Pincher Creek, so that climbed a little bit. But yes, we're a little bit warmer than yesterday, and tomorrow we'll at least get into the double digits, and some communities will even get into the teens. Upper air analysis, really what we're looking at here is you can see a lot of green in this longer range forecast here. And what that's saying is that at the end of the day, we're not going to be able to climb very high. So we will get warmer this week. We just won't get exceptionally warm at all because there's no ridge of high pressure or anything like that building in. All right, there's that system stateside. That will not really be able to make its way into Alberta. I'm going to show you the hour-by-hour forecast here, and you can see it's going to pump its way into southern Saskatchewan, and it will clip the far southeast corner, so showers possible tomorrow in the southeast corner. Medicine had a small chance of seeing a little sprinkle. Even Lethbridge, you could say a 30% chance, but most likely that'll be a Saskatchewan issue. All right, fast forwarding this all the way to Friday. Friday, a cold front will swipe through. It will kick off a couple showers, and it will cool down the temperatures again for Friday and for Saturday as well. Speaking of cool temperatures, East Kootenay area tonight, -4 with a wind chill of -8. And in the morning, we're kicking off the day with a wind chill of -8 as well. In the afternoon, though, we will get to 11 degrees. So just barely into those double digits with mainly sunny skies. Crowsnest Pass -6 tonight with the wind chill feeling more like -10. So yes, prep for some cooler weather and a cooler start to the day. So while tomorrow afternoon will be decent at 11 degrees, it's still a cold start with a wind chill of -9. All right, -4 in Medicine Hat, mainly cloudy skies because of that stateside system, and small chance of a little sprinkle tomorrow anytime throughout the day tomorrow. Mainly cloudy skies tomorrow, but we should still be able, even though we don't get a lot of sunshine, we should still be able to creep to 11 degrees. All right, Lethbridge, 11 for tomorrow. We should get some cloud cover from that system, but also some sunny breaks, small chance of a little sprinkle. Then check out Thursday. That's one of the toastier days of the week at 13 degrees, mainly sunny skies. And then that cold front swipes through on Friday, and that will dip us to 12 on Friday and 11 for Saturday.
Turning to artificial intelligence for medical advice is as easy as pulling out your phone, but some experts say our faith in it is eating into valuable time with an actual doctor. Andrew Johnson explains.
Complex medical advice at your fingertips, and new research proves AI is also really good at showing it cares.
The conversations with large language models were more persuasive than the ones with people. They were also considered more empathetic than people.
University of British Columbia researchers found ChatGPT was more persuasive and pleasant to deal with than an actual human.
when it's written in such an authoritative way and like it has answers to everything you ask it, then of course you would assume that it knows what it's talking about.
Sometimes it doesn't, but AI is becoming so convincing. Doctors say patients are arriving to appointments already armed with a diagnosis they may place more trust in than they do in their physician.
Oftentimes people get it bang on, but other times people come across things and you spend a lot of time convincing them that that's not exactly what's the case. And that education piece, I think, takes a lot of time.
But with millions around the country unable to access a family doctor, the Canadian Medical Association says it's understandable patients are turning to anyone or anything that is available to help.
Part of the reason people go online is that they can't get the access that they deserve. And when you have had a primary care provider over a period of time, then you build a trusting relationship. And then you can start having those difficult discussions whereby they will listen to you.
Face-to-face conversations that for many require waiting for hours at a clinic or emergency room to speak to a stranger. So they choose asking AI instead. Andrew Johnson, CTV News, Vancouver.
Figures from the federal government suggest COVID-19 now accounts for much of the respiratory illness across the country. The latest respiratory virus surveillance report found that 11.4% of COVID-19 tests were positive as of late September. That's compared to less than 1% for influenza and RSV. Out of all lab-confirmed respiratory virus outbreaks in recent weeks, a full 97% were connected to COVID. Hospitalizations for respiratory viruses in general are also trending upwards. Still ahead on the CTV News at 5, we look at how the Hurricanes and Tigers wrapped up their weekend. Next in sports. The University of Lethbridge's Centre for Sport and Wellbeing has a new name. The Co-op Centre for Sport and Wellness was unveiled Tuesday. The 25-year, $4.25 million partnership between South Country Co-op, Federated Co-op, and the University of Lethbridge will see the new name displayed for years to come. The partnership will also enhance and modernize the facility, its equipment and programming, along with new sponsorship opportunities for student athletes.
Our purpose statement is enriching lives and communities. And with the partnership that we've just developed and entrenched into what we're doing here in Lethbridge, really brings our purpose to life as we are really focusing on that next generation of, for us, talent, and also next generation of co-op members for South Country Co-op.
We knew this was a partnership that fits with us and our broad scope to help out Southern Alberta.
The center opened in 2007 in celebration of the university's 40th anniversary and is home to the Pronghorn Athletics. Lethbridge Hurricanes had a tough weekend. Friday and Saturday saw the Canes lose in blowouts at home. Thanksgiving Monday, the Canes were in Edmonton looking to get back on track. It was a slow start for Lethbridge with goals from Lucas Sochin and Miroslav Holinka opening the scoring for Edmonton. Shane Smith, though, would cut into that deficit as he takes advantage of a bad bounce and finds the back of the net. But it was Sochin and Holinka who would both score again to put Edmonton up 4-1. To complete the deja vu, Shane Smith would score his second of the game early in the third to cut the lead, and that is as close as Lethbridge would get as they go on to lose 6-2. Medicine Hat Tigers started their weekend off with a 4-2 loss to the Calgary Hitmen. Saturday, they had a chance to get back into the win column against the Portland Winterhawks. Riley Steen would strike while the ice was still drying, scoring his first WHL goal 30 seconds in to put the Tigers up. A few minutes later, Misha Volotovsky continued his hot start, scoring his fifth of the year to make it 2-0. A little later in the period, Schaefer Gordon-Carroll gets a pass on the back door and buries it to make it 3-0. The Tigers would pile it on from there. They win 5-0. Quiet weekend across the BCHL. Brooks Bandits had it off. Cranbrook Bucks played just one game against the West Kelowna Warriors. The home ice advantage did not help, though, as the Bucks fell 4-2. Cranbrook went down 3-0, and a late game comeback attempt came up short. The Bucks have yet to beat the Warriors so far this season. Cranbrook now sits last in the Interior Conference. Lethbridge Polytechnic Kodiaks didn't get much rest over Thanksgiving weekend. Their soccer teams were in action at home. Saturday against the Medicine Hat College Rattlers, the women's team fell 1-0. The men's team suffered a big loss following 7-2 to the Rattlers. The women's team got back in the swing of things Sunday with a big 6-0 win over the Ambrose University Lions. The men's team, meanwhile, though, settled for a 1-1 draw with the Lions. Toronto Blue Jays have a tough hill to climb if they hope to come back in the ALCS.
Shot to right center field. Varsho on the run. He's at the track. He's at the wall. It's gone!
2 3-run homers would pave the way for a 10-3 Seattle win in Game 2. Blue Jays rookie pitcher Trey Savage lasted just 4 innings in his second playoff start. The Jays are now down 2-0 in the series, heading to Seattle for the next 3 games. Still ahead on the CTV News at 5, Hollywood's backlash over an AI actor. Some of Hollywood's biggest names are sounding the alarm over a previously unheard of newcomer. Tilly Norwood is artificially intelligence generated and may be looking for work, and it has some calling for a boycott. Here's ABC's Matt Gutman.
You've seen just about everything on the big screen, except this.
Tilly Norwood, 100% AI generated.
Tilly Norwood is an AI-generated actress gaining attention and drawing swift backlash as interest from a number of Hollywood talent agencies is growing. Eileen Vandervelden, who runs the company that created Tilly, said they will soon be in talks to have their AI character represented by a talent agency. Vandervelden once said she wanted the AI-generated actress to be the next Natalie Portman or Scarlett Johansson. Facebook and Instagram accounts for Tilly Norwood portray it as an aspiring actress, perfectly imperfect, down to the freckles and blemishes, with a British accent to boot.
Thanks for watching.
The notion that Vandervelden claims the talent agents were circling has drawn the wrath of Hollywood royalty. Emily Blunt telling Variety's Clayton Davis,
"That's an AI.
Yes, that is a...
Good Lord. We're screwed. That is really, really scary."
And it's about to be signed.
Whoopi Goldberg spoke about the loss of a human connection.
Well, if you stick with this, with AI, you won't have any connection to anything but your phone.
Hollywood's powerful actors union SAG-AFTRA with a statement saying creativity is and should remain human-centered. The union is opposed to the replacement of human performers by synthetics. The use of AI-generated actors and voices was a main concern of actors during their historic strike in the summer of 2023. Tilly is the first creation from Sequoia, the world's first AI talent studio. Responding to the controversy, Vandervelden saying, like many forms of art before her, Tilly sparks conversation, and that in itself shows the power of creativity.
Thank you for sharing this time with us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.